Hi, this video is going to show you how to use this extension, the Accounts Manager extension, to manage your user groups in your domain. This assumes you're a global admin or have appropriate rights. So these are the menu options. I've shown them over here as well. So you can manage your groups, manage group settings, manage group members. So it starts excuse me, with listing all the groups in your domain. So if you list groups, if the groups page doesn't exist, it will create it. If it's populated, it will erase it, the data, and start again. And all these pages likewise will get created if they don't exist, and when you're listing data, the existing data will be removed and it'll get you the latest data. So I've got about 1500 groups on my domain, so that's listed them all. So you've got the email address, you've got the group name, you've got a description, you've got a flag to say whether it's created by admin or not. It'll show you how many members there are in the group, what aliases it's got, and you can add a group. So if you want to add a new group, you can just insert a row or put it at the bottom and put a Y in this column, so you can add as many as you want, as long as you've got a Y in the column for that row. You can update groups and you can delete groups. So again, if you want to update a group, you put Y in that column and update what you want to update. So the things you can update are the group name and the description. So if I wanted to put a message in there, and update that, I can choose update groups. And it will take a few seconds and it will tell me, I may have deleted that. If you can't update it, it will give you a message there. Let's try this one. So that's updated. So that's updated. You can delete a group. This is a test one, so I'm going to delete that. So that tells me it was removed, and if I list those groups again, so that one has disappeared. So hopefully you've got the idea with that. And then we've got group settings and we've got group members. So if we start with the members, because that's fairly easy to understand, members are members of the groups. So if, when this is finished, if I click on list group members, it will get the members for the groups listed here. So that takes a bit longer because it's dealing with more data. So here's one I prepared earlier. I've grayed out the member emails. So we've got the group email address, the member email address, what role they have within the group. So that can be either as a member, a manager, or an owner. You can get the current status of the member, whether they're active or suspended. That's in whether their account is active or suspended. And you can get the member type, which is either a normal user or it's a group. So a group can be a member of another group, so you can get a hierarchy of groups. And You can add new members to groups, so you just need to copy the group email address and add in their email address, and then just put a Y in there, and that will add the member to that group when you run it. You can update a member, but the key thing you can change is that, or the only thing you can change is that member role. You can make them a manager if they're not a manager or an owner. And you can remove a member from the group, or you can remove multiple members from the group. So you just put Y's in the appropriate column and select the appropriate menu option. And then there's this one for list group members extended. I mentioned earlier that groups can be members of other groups, and therefore the members of the subgroup, the child group, are effectively members of the parent group. So this option populates this sheet, which just explodes out the data. So if one of the members of a group is another group, that will list for the parent group all the child and grandchild users as well. So you get a longer list of members. You can't change any in here because it just gets a bit confusing, so I left the changes in here. So that's the members, and then this last one, this option is about the group settings, and again this takes some time to run, so this is what I did earlier. So again, this gets the details for the groups displayed in the groups page. So if you don't want details, for a subset of your groups, you can filter that groups list, just display the ones you're interested in, and get the group settings for those, and it will just give you those settings. And then these are the fields you can change. So you can't change the email address, but you can change the name, you can change the description, you can change any of these fields, and I've given you a drop down list for the valid options for each field. And up at the top I've added a note taken from the Google help sheets for this to explain what each section means. So you can change all of these details if you should want to. So if you want to change something, you change it on the sheet and then put a yes in this update column, and then click update settings, and it will update, and it will give you a message here to tell you either it's changed it, or there's an error message if there's a problem changing it. So let's just go through. So that's covered getting a list of all your groups in your domain. You use that button. Update any of your domain groups, so you update the details, put a Y in the column and click on that button. You can add groups, you can delete groups, you can list the settings for existing groups, you can update those settings, you can list the members for existing groups, you can add members, you can remove members, you can change the member roles, which is limited really to just this, to make them either a member or an owner or a manager. And this list members extended is about those child groups, so you can get all the members of the groups and their subgroups. Hope that all makes sense. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.